Set your offensive and defensive game plan to select an area of focus and get a boost on related plays. It's time for Madden NFL 22, the only place you can experience the rematch of Super Bowl 55. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers will take on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, next on EA Sports.
Oh, it is a beautiful night for football in the Midwest, and we have a dandy of a matchup under the lights here at newly named GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. This crowd, they are loud in general, but this is no ordinary game. A few moments ago, the two teams made their grand entrance. This is a big one, the rematch of Super Bowl 55, featuring the defending champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Brandon Gaudin joined, as always, by Charles Davis. CD, you get a matchup like this, you look no further than our two quarterbacks. Tom Brady of the Bucs, Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs.
Absolutely no doubt about what you just said, because we're talking about one guy who most would say is the current best quarterback in the NFL with Mahomes, squaring off against a guy who many would say is the best quarterback ever in the NFL in Brady. Brady got the better of Mahomes in Super Bowl 55, but if Mahomes is indeed back to full strength, he could very well get the upper hand here.
Bradley Pinion set to go. Boy, no shortage of intrigue in this one. And the Bucs and the Chiefs are underway from Kansas City. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Now Edwards-Helaire. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Easily find all the plays that are boosted by the previously selected game plan.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Mahomes going to throw. Finding Edwards-Helaire once again. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood what the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. First try on offense for the Bucs, and they're... their veteran quarterback, Tom Brady. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. And for these Bucs, Charles, 31-9, they were winners the last time these two teams met back in February. What kind of chances do you give them of going back-to-back? You know, it hasn't been done since the Super Bowls in 2004 and 2005.
Well, when you analyze this team, you start with the front office. It's the same GM. The head coach and his staff essentially the same. They brought back all 22 starters from last year's Super Bowl championship team. And, oh, yeah, there's a certain Mr. Brady who won both of those titles in 2004, 2005. That's a starting quarterback there. He's back as the quarterback here. I like their chances.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Busts through the tackle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Let's go. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41. Here's Brady. Goes right side, complete to Gronk. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. To throw is Brady. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26. No score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, Charles, you think about these two teams, and think about how long it's been since we've had the same two teams play in the Super Bowl back-to-back years. You have to go back to the Cowboys and Bills almost 30 years ago in the 90s. That's the only time that it's happened in the Super Bowl era. So I'm curious, what kind of chances do you see of us having a Kansas City-Tampa Bay Super Bowl in L.A. come February?
Well, you just pointed out how difficult it is for one team to get back to the Super Bowl, let alone the same two teams to play against each other. So the odds are against that. But when we tell either one of these teams they can't get back there, we think they're two of the best in the league. It shouldn't surprise us if it happens, but it is going against historical precedent. But remember last year, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they won the Super Bowl in their own stadium. The only time that's happened in Super Bowl history, too.
So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And you look ahead to this upcoming 2021 season, KC going to be trying to get back to the Super Bowl for a 3rd consecutive season. And that doesn't happen very often, and as I've often heard you say, CD, for good reason.
And you're exactly right about that, partner, because you think about all the things that have to go right. You have to win a lot of close games. You've got to dodge the injury bug. Hope there's not another dominant team in your conference that you have to go up against. But working in their favor, they've got one of the best guys on the sidelines, their head coach, Andy Reid. And you've still got that guy wearing number 15, who in theory is just now coming into his prime.
This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Tommy Townsend now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 15. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And, Charles, of course, the 2020 season, a memorable one for this Tampa Bay franchise. They make the big move. They go out, they get Tom Brady, and you thought, okay, maybe that makes them contenders. Well, they qualify as a wild card, get in the playoffs. They have to win 3 games on the road to get to the Super Bowl, and sure enough, they do just that.
And, boy, were they rewarded by winning those 3 on the road in the playoffs because they got to play the Super Bowl in their home stadium. So it seems like a little bit of karma. And remember on Super Bowl Sunday at the end of it all, we were just left shaking our heads saying, son of a gun, number 12 did it again.
Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Really nice job there by the interior of the Kansas City defensive line, and they're a stout unit to run against. And they do an excellent job there of bottling that play up.
Two minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
On 3rd down, Fournette.
This ain't no high school football.
And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And he will slide to a halt with a penalty marker down on the play.
Come on, dog.
And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 51 yards. As his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, Charles, there's something that the Chiefs did not do at all in Super Bowl 55, and that's find the end zone, but they're in for 6 here.
Yeah, they could only come up with 3 field goals in that game. A huge surprise to just about everybody out there. But in this one, on the board early compared to the last time they played against this team.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Given 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And in for a Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans. 70 yards. And the Bucs are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Well, I mean, Mike Evans, he's been an elite receiver for some time now. And part of that, Charles, certainly what he can do once the ball is in his hands.
And plenty to praise on the play, but this is also a bit of a breakdown defensively because you've got to be right on him when he makes the catch. Otherwise, he has the ability to really make you pay, and he does right there, picking up excellent real estate after the catch.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch. Ryan Suckup on for the point after. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And this Bucs defense, you remember, pretty stout last year, the number 6 overall unit in the NFL.
And I think that as the season wore on, and you pointed this out to me as well, you start to see some of their rookies begin to figure things out. And they played a little more like a top 2 or 3 defense down the stretch. And I would say that in the playoffs and through the Super Bowl, they were truly the best defense in the NFL.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Jason Pierre-Paul came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And this is reminiscent, Charles, of what we saw back in February. The Buccaneer pass rush creating problems for Mahomes.
And you think about how often he was on the run in that game. All the yards that he used up trying to get away from people. If he could have just gone downfield, he probably would have had 200 yards rushing in that game. They did sack him 3 times, forced him into 2 interceptions. The pressure was relentless. This is a really tough unit to move the ball against.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half for the Bucs. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, you get a look at what they were able to do.
You can adjust your game plan at halftime based on team tendencies in the first half.
Throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. A 1-point game through 2 quarters as we get rolling here in the second half. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your side.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Touchdown. Chris Godwin, 73 yards, and the Bucs have taken the lead. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. And now Coach Bruce Arians has made the call. His guys will go for 2. They'll try and run with Bernard. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. William Golston. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes, it's Kelsey on the ground. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. It got his man complete. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Yeah, and this is what we mean when we talk about flipping the field, having your offense look at going a long way to a short way after he makes a play. His ability to do that, evident. Able to make the catch there, keep his momentum going, and just continue downfield.
Williams. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. Butker's kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Buccaneers.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. From just shy of midfield, Brady, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Brady going to throw.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Shaquille Barrett able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now Mahomes got to have this one. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on fourth down. And, boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Fournette.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. They'll give Fournette another crack, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Leonard Fournette
taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Extra point try now for Succop. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Oh, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mahomes. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mahomes to throw it. Finding Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 37. Mahomes. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Mahomes will throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's a give to Fournette. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
So it's a victory here for the Tampa Bay Bucks. And, Charles, it would appear that Tom Brady and company, they just seem to have the Chiefs' number.
And when you think about how hard it is to repeat in this league, I think a win like this shows that the Buccaneers don't feel like 2020 was just a one-year anomaly. They think they're built to win 2 or 3 titles. And this just reinforces that they have the ability to play with anyone and beat anyone as well.
New to Madden NFL 22 is player classes, providing a new way to engage with your avatar. Earn and share your class progression across. It's time to pick your avatar's starting physique. Each physique has pros and cons that impact the ratings of the player classes. Each class has a recommended physique, and you can change this at any time in the class's screen in face of the franchise or the yard.